Everyone, welcome to another stream. Today we're going to be playing some Mega Man X4. This is one I was actually trying to cover before I got sick a few weeks ago, but sickness got the best of me, and so I had to push this one off. I have since finished the game. The Sigma fight with Zero in particular is kind of a pain in the ass, but I think we should do fine on this playthrough. We should be able to get through the whole thing and defeat Sigma, difficult Sigma with Zero anyway. He's a lot easier with X. But yeah, on this stream, we're going to play through both campaigns, which is basically with X and Zero. The levels are pretty much identical with both characters, but Zero plays very, very different from X, and as such, it's kind of a different experience, even though it's basically the same level layouts and whatnot. So we are playing this via the Mega Man X Legacy Collection, specifically the PlayStation 4 version. We are playing on a PlayStation 5, and interestingly, I'm actually using a Mayflash adapter to allow me to use a PlayStation 3 controller on my PS5. So we're actually using the DualShock 3 for this game, which to me feels a lot more natural for Mega Man X4 than the PS4 DualShock or the DualSense controller for PS5. Those controllers just feel really bulky. But the classic DualShock 3, it's basically a modified PlayStation 2 controller, which that in and of itself was basically a modified PlayStation 1 DualShock, which, you know, Mega Man X4 came out at a time where, you know, the classic PlayStation controller was standard. So it just feels right to me. So we're using a PS3 controller for this one. But yeah, this should be a fun stream. Mega Man X4, I really enjoy this game. It was my first Mega Man game in the 32-bit generation in the 90s. I actually had the Saturn version growing up. That is the version I played the most back then, but I've since gone back and played a lot of the original PlayStation version as well. Which is what this collection has. It's got the PlayStation version. So some slight differences from the Saturn version. Saturn version has some background wavy effects that aren't in the PlayStation version, but the PlayStation version also has some transparency effects that aren't in the Saturn version. Both versions are excellent and worth playing. But yeah, Mega Man X4, let's go ahead and just do game start here. We're going to skip through the cutscenes and stuff like that. We're going to start off with Zero here. Hey, Azusa, what's going on? And hey, Die Hard. Hey, John Smith. Hey, Big Dogs. Brandon, Sin City. Freddy. Red Zero Rangers. CM Retro. And yeah, I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. We are actually doing this on Black Friday 2022. And so yeah, hopefully everyone's had a good holiday yesterday in the United States. For those of you guys that celebrate Thanksgiving. But yeah, we're starting off with Zero. Zero is just really cool. He's pretty much all melee attacks, which is awesome. He's got this nice little sword swing combo. You just kind of mash the attack button. I always like to just skip past this guy. You come to this big door, and then you just try to bust it down real fast. Azusa just got through a good several X2 runs. Very nice. I need to relearn Mega Man X2. I haven't gone through that game in about 5 years now. It's been quite some time. And we're going to skip through most of the story as well, just to save some time here. I'm not speed running through the game, but, you know, doing 2 full playthroughs will take us at least 3 hours, I'm guessing. Probably a little bit longer, because I am a little rusty with some of these X games. I haven't gone back to them very much recently. In the Saturn version of the game, there would actually be a heat wave effect in the background. It's actually really cool. Man, Mega Man X4, it was, again, like I said, it was the first Mega Man X game I played in the 32-bit era. And so I've always had a major soft spot for this game. It doesn't have the most interesting level design in the X series, but it's just a good flowing game. Like, it just flows really well, start to finish. And I really love this first level, too. There's just a lot of stuff to attack, but it's not too overwhelming like, say, X6. Whereas X6 can get way too crazy for its own good. And we actually did a full playthrough of X6 a few weeks ago, right before I got sick. There are some different story beats depending on the character that you play as. So that was Iris right there. She's introduced in Zero's campaign. There are animated cutscenes as well, and she'll play into a couple of those. But this is our first little boss here. Technically, he's a big boss, but he's not very difficult. Doesn't hit very hard, and you hit him pretty hard. So Zero, when he starts, he doesn't have a whole lot of options in terms of attacking. You can just do a standing 1-2-3 combo, or you can just jump and swipe, and that is pretty much it. Had to roll you out of the house this morning. You ate way too much. Azusa's getting ready to start learning X3 next. I think Azusa, to me, X3 was easier to learn than X2. I think you'll pick it up pretty quickly. You just have to learn where the capsules are, but I feel like X3 is more simplistic than X2 in some ways. In some ways, it's a little more complex. The animated cutscenes, the voice acting is really not very good. But when this game first came out, in like it was, what was it, 97? I think it was 97. I had never seen like hand-drawn cutscenes like that in video games, not to that level of quality. It was really something when it first came out. A lot of people, I think, kind of dismiss that these days, but back, if you were there when this first came out in the 90s, this was a huge upgrade over what we had in the 16-bit era. Just the animations, the level of polish, and the visuals. I mean, even this right here is over the top, and I absolutely love it. Alright, so I always pick this level first because it's not a very difficult level, even with Zero. And you can get some goodies here in the beginning. There's an extra life up there. If you need to refill some energy tanks or sub-tanks down the road, you can come back here and do that. We are going to have to come back to this level at least a second time in order to get some of the items. For instance, I think there's a heart tank that requires the fire ability. There's also an item to the top right from where I am right now, but I can't access it yet. Maybe I can access it with a very particular jump, but that's really hard to do if it's even possible, so I'm just going to skip it for now. I agree, Azusa. The 32-bit X games have a very distinct style. It's kind of like a mix between like hand-drawn and pre-rendered. It's like a hybrid approach. Like some of the platforms and stuff like that definitely look pre-rendered, but others like Zero, it's just like classic pixel art, you know. So it's an interesting hybrid. Now, this part could be difficult, especially in the beginning with Zero, because you'll notice I'm not really doing a whole lot of damage right now. But sometimes it's better to try to do just his 1-2-3 combo. This thing also likes to bounce all over the place after a point. Like right here. I kind of wish more levels in this game had mini-bosses like this. Oops. I don't really care if I take too much damage here, because this is a checkpoint. I'm going to get all my health back. So we'd encounter a semi-decently length loading screen there on the original version, but on the X Legacy Collection, it just, the load sequence just zips right by. Reminds me of playing the Windows 95 version on a fairly powerful retro PC, which I've actually covered that version before on my channel. If anyone wants to see a full playthrough of the Windows version from the late 90s, I do have that. Played on actual original retro hardware. So I think I actually want to come... I think I want to take the top route. Whoops. Keep smacking into enemies. That's okay. Lots of opportunities to get your health back. Because there are so many enemies. It's one thing I've always liked about X4 in particular is there's always lots of stuff to attack. So it's just fun. So here we got the W tank up here, which is basically a weapon tank. What that does is we can pick up weapon energy, and it'll fill up that weapon tank. Now, it's not as useful for Zero, because Zero doesn't really, for the most part, he doesn't really have, his boss weapon abilities don't use up weapon energy. Zero almost turns into like a fighting game character where he can just use his moves infinitely. Now, he does get this thing called a Giga attack later on, and that will use weapon energy. So that's really the only thing I could use that weapon tank on later on in the playthrough. And I probably won't even do that. So yeah, it's much more useful item for X. Not so much Zero. Should be close. Yep, at the boss fight. Hey, Uber. Is that Chill Penguin Frozen in the background? I think he might make a cameo there. I wasn't paying attention. Whoops. Now, when the bosses are blinking, they have invincibility frames, which is very typical for the Mega Man series. But the amount of iframes they have depends on, for one, the boss, depends on the attack that you're using. So Zero's standard 1-2 attack here, a lot of times will leave very few invincibility frames on the bosses. But our boss here, right now, regardless of what I do, he seems to have a lot of iframes. So I'm just kind of trying to play it safe. Just use my regular swipe. Got him. Yeah, I saw you, Tony. What message are you talking about, Tony? Yeah, let's go ahead and save it. Uber says, damn, now I have to play this later. Okay, now I'm trying to think of where I want to go next. I have a lot of options, but some options with Zero are much easier than others. Let's see. I feel like I can probably... See, I have this guy's weakness, but he's still a pretty tough boss fight, so I'm probably going to skip him for a little while. Let's go to the Bio Laboratory. Oh, you're just saying hi. Gotcha. You know, I saw you. Welcome, Tony. Good to see you. Hopefully you had a good Thanksgiving. Hey, Uber, I was first. My plan was like partway through October. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep up this upload momentum, and I'm just gonna do Mega Man for all of November, just like I did Castlevania for just about all of October. And then I got sick, which kind of threw a wrench in that plan. But I'm trying to play catch up. Hey, Office, welcome back. Lots of spikes here. Obviously, don't touch the spikes. Ooh, that was close. I like the verticality in this level. Not a lot of levels in this game have verticality. Hey, liberal arts guy. Now, there is actually a mini-boss coming up right here, and there's a weakness for him that I didn't know about until just recently when I was experimenting in my one practice run of this game. But we basically have to just let him pop all the way up to the floor. Oh, I'm an idiot. I actually have the weakness. Haha. I'm dumb. I could just do that. Alright, Patchouli, get down, babe. Patchouli just jumped up on my desk. Whoa there. Just jumping through. Jumping and slashing. If it was Mega Man, we'd be jumping and shooting. Hey, Elric, and hey, Sunbro. Alright, so I want to get this heart tank here. Pretty easy to get. There's actually, you'd be surprised at how easy the heart tanks are to get in this game. They're not very challenging. Which is kind of one of the nice things about X4. Some of the X games, getting your items can be really convoluted. But in Mega Man X4, they kind of went back to basics. And most of the stuff in the game is pretty straightforward. Most of the item collection is pretty straightforward. God damn it, these patterns. Yeah, some of the bosses with Zero are quite tricky, actually, when you're not upgraded. With X, the bosses are a lot easier, in my opinion. That's also one thing I like about Zero, is like, you really have to learn the boss fights with him. Like, they are not a walk in the park. Hey, look at all that damage. Zero is also a pansy in this game, in case you guys haven't noticed. Everything hits like a tank with Zero. Which is kind of weird, because he's supposed to be the badass of the two. God. Look, it's like 3 hits and I'm dead. Not much room for error. And that pattern where, like, he splits into 2 and then they both start spinning around is really hard to deal with. But that's okay. Alright, go ahead and save it. Making progress. Alright, we will go here next. Hey, studio, welcome to the stream. Alright, so that gave us the double jump. Now our airborne attack is a little more useful. It's a nice 360-degree attack. It's actually a little more powerful, too, because its active hitbox stays out longer. Now, over here, there's actually a capsule for X, but there's nothing there for 0. See, what I'm doing here is there's a dash button. You can actually press dash and jump at the same time, and you'll basically do a dash jump. And so you'll go faster and farther. So that's oftentimes what you'll see me doing is dash jumping instead of just jumping regularly. All right, halfway point. A 90s gaming guy. Now, this is another level we're going to have to come back to. You can actually destroy these trunks in the middle. And there's actually a heart tank inside one of them, I believe. All right, boss time. You think 0 is way easier, Uber? I don't agree with that at all, man. I think the 0 playthrough is a lot harder than X. Like I said earlier, like with 0 you have to actually learn the patterns. And you gotta learn the patterns with X as well, but with X you can keep your distance. With 0 you have to get up close and you have to be a lot more precise. You're much more likely to take damage. Whoops. Yeah, I'm not buying it, Uber. No offense, man. Not buying it. You keep going on about this / cancel, but I need to watch you actually play these games. I know your play styles in general. I know what your capabilities are. I'd have to see you play it, man, and really see. You know, Uber's probably like, yeah, man, it's so much easier. And then he'll probably die left and right in his playthroughs. So it's all relative. Your playstyle is not for everyone. Alright, the question is, where do I want to go next? Let's see. So I'd really love to do the volcano. That way I can get the fire attack and come back and get some items. Well, we got the double jump. Let's do the marine base next. Now, there is going to be some stuff here that is a little tricky to get. There's a lot of auto-scroller sections here. They require some decent precision. So we'll see how many times this takes us. Or how many attempts it takes us. The hard tank's in the first half. The energy tank is in the second half. Yeah, Uber. I'll have to tune into your stream one day when you're playing some of these games. I'd love to see that magical Uber play style and see what he's talking about. All right, there's the hard tank. That's fine. And I know what you mean by the / cancel. It actually works quite well on certain bosses, like / beast. But the problem is like you really have to be super on point for it to work well, because some of those bosses can be really fast, and if you don't have their patterns down to a T, you're going to take tons of damage. Thankfully, this isn't X5. X5 has one of these sections. It's a real pain. Alright, so this is the second half of the level. So my goal here is to get the energy tank, or sub-tank. Now, unlike some of the previous X games, you can only get 2 sub-tanks now. Which is, in general, it's fine, but Sigma, I think, is made a little more difficult because you only have those 2 health refills. Ooh, that was close. What am I doing? Got it. First try. Jump! Nah, I failed. It's okay. I got the sub-tank. That's all I care about. I don't remember what happens when you have to continue in this game. Does it send you to the checkpoint, or do you have to do the whole level over again? I don't remember. In Mega Man X6, it's just checkpoints you right at the boss fight. If you get to the boss and you get a game over. Okay. Whew. Should get all of our health back. Yep. Well, in games like this, Brandon, I look down at chat when I know nothing's gonna get in my way. Like during that transition to the boss fight, I can look at chat. You know, it's finding a little balance like that helps. Vector Man says should take me to a checkpoint if I get a game over. Okay, good to know. Need some good patterns here. Nice. First try. Oh boy, another X5 playthrough from me, Uber? I don't know. I might not visit X5 this month. We'll see. I need to buckle down and focus on Mega Man's 10 and 11. And then I need to render my Mega Man 4 video for NES and then do a Mega Man 6 playthrough. And then I'd like to maybe try to tackle some of the Game Boy games that I haven't ever finished before, like parts 4 and 5. Alright, so this is just, I think, a cutscene. I'm going to continue without saving. Okay. Man. You know what I could do is I can actually come here. This is actually a good idea. Because I can warp out now. I've already beaten the boss. And I just realized that's one of the bosses from the previous X games. He's all frozen up. Yeah, I can come here and try to fill up my sub-tank a little bit. I'm still gonna have to come back here anyway. But picking up these items is really good, because look at that. My sub-tank is fairly filled now. And I can go ahead and grab this item while we're at it, and then I can just warp out. The other reason I wanted to come here is there's that extra life in the beginning. So I was killing two birds with one stone. I got an extra life. Alright. Go ahead and escape. And if I really wanted to again, do it one more time. Ready. And the reason it's just so fast, like, look at that. I got a full sub-tank now, and I've got 2 lives. So we'll go ahead and save it. Nice little trick to get some health and lives back. Azusa says, Mega Man 11 has really long levels compared to the rest of the series. Do you feel that way? Yeah, I mean... I don't know if it's a feeling thing, Azusa. I mean, that's a pretty objective thing. Yes, the levels are fairly long in Mega Man 11. But they are also fairly challenging compared to some of the other Mega Man games. Alright, well, let's see if... It doesn't really matter which boss I do next, honestly. Let's do the military train. I think I might be able to handle this. And the thing about Mega Man 11 is that you do need, you know, if you want to have the easiest time with it, you need to get used to the gear system. I was kind of stubborn when I first played through that game and didn't really use the gears much, and so the game was a lot more difficult on me because of that. But you really need to get the hang of the gear system if you want it to be the easiest. That was close. Oops. The beam effect there reminds me of some of the beams in Final Fantasy VI. It's the same kind of visual effect. You can actually destroy the turret on the top of that thing. That's actually a wise thing to do. But that boss, that mini boss right there is actually a lot easier with X because you can just sit on one side of the screen and just use your charge shot. Alright, so what we want to do here is grab one of the walkers that come up. And then we can find ourselves a heart tank. I think I just got an extra life. Yeah, I've got 3 lives now. Ah. Alright, here's one. I do the same thing with the walkers. Is I do my dash jump. And I like the airborne attack in particular. It's got this nice arc, which makes it easy to hit things. Ah. Oh, the controls are a little more delayed with this thing, so it takes a little while to get used to. Alright, I think that's it in terms of goodies. So I can just kind of zip through here. Now, I don't actually personally lose health with this thing. So I can take as many hits as I want. Alright, we're close to the boss fight. Some endless pits here you gotta watch out for. Okay, I did get that. Nice. Alright, boss time. So we'll try to do just our standard 1-2 attack here at certain moments. Yeah, let's see what he does. Oh, I hate that attack. Oh, that attack is so... It's like impossible to avoid if you're up close. And, you know, his attack patterns... A lot of the attack patterns in this game are fairly random. So you really have to play on your toes. And if you're just right up in his face, you know, it's really difficult to recognize the attack and then avoid it. And again, I screwed up. I could have dashed under him, but probably wouldn't have worked. Oops. Did not expect him to do that. Well, one thing I will do is I'll do that. And when he does that charge, a lot of times he likes to try to lunge in at you. And you want to avoid that. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, that's the thing, Vector Man, is that this boss in particular, I find like he just fakes me out all the time with Zero. Actually, you know it's going to be interesting when we go to do the X playthrough, because I did not practice the X playthrough. I was more concerned with Zero, because X for me has always been more of a pushover in terms of difficulty. So I focused on doing a full playthrough of this game off stream with Zero. See, I don't want to do cyberspace until I have the weakness. Likewise, well, the Air Force I might be able to do right now. Well, let's see if we can do the volcano. There is a heart tank here. We can get here pretty easily, especially since we have the double jump now. This is a very straightforward level. You can actually zip through it pretty quickly. Check that out. You can actually use ice on these. It's pretty neat. Woo. You notice a lot of times I just tank hits. It doesn't really matter to me. There's so many health refills that you get in this game. I'll play pretty sloppily. Yeah, Uber, I don't bother doing that because this boss fight is insanely difficult. I mean, this is the hardest boss fight of the game, or of the first 8 Mavericks. It's the hardest boss fight. So I don't bother coming here to grab the heart tank early. One heart tank's not going to do you a whole lot of good. Okay, this fire is irritating. Yeah, it's like 2 pixels of health. It's not really a big deal. It's like I can come here and get that heart tank and game over, or I can try to go to the end of the level and actually beat the boss, but that's probably not going to happen. Man, I don't have much health though. So this mech, you can actually take it into the boss fight, which is pretty unique. Let's see if we can do some damage with the mech. Yeah, the mech makes it a lot easier, but man, if you get a game over... I think I could have actually stayed in the lava. If you have to do this whole boss fight without the mech, and you don't have the double jump, it's like, ugh. It's bad, 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 bad. You do so little damage. And again, his patterns, like Slash Beast, are very erratic. Hey, Samantha, welcome back, and Crestline. Alright, so now I have my upwards fire attack. So we're going to actually go back to the snow level. Grab ourselves another extra life, but also get the heart tank. Hey, Azusa had retweeted my tweets. Thank you, Azusa, if you're still out there. Another extra life here as well. So pressing up and triangle allows us to do this. There's our heart tank. Okay, that's basically full. We'll go ahead and just leave it. And we'll come back to the jungle as well. Grab our heart tank here. Oh, there. Yeah, the double jump is so good. Ooh-wee. I just love the platforming in this game. It's so simple, but it's fast. It's so fast. I mean, especially once you get into a groove with it, it's so much fun. Alright, almost there. So, there we go. We can just destroy these now. Alright, there's our heart tank. And I think that's pretty much it. Yep, that's it. Let's go ahead and escape. Alright, see ya, Die Hard. Have a good night. Yes, Vector Man. X4 is definitely the most fair. Yeah, absolutely. Alright, so we've got everything in these areas. So we really just need to do these 2 levels. I've got the weakness for this boss, so we'll go ahead and do cyberspace. Now, cyberspace, you have to zip through if you want to get the sub-tank and the heart tank. And I've got my own ways of doing this. Alright, so you have to get S ranks. Extra life? I think another one is a heart tank, and another one should be a sub-tank. I'm actually used to doing this without the double jump. The double jump allows you to kill those yellow things. And if you get touched by them, they will slow you down like crazy. So if you get hit by one, it's really hard to get the S rank. See, just like that. Because that was totally unfair. Yeah, I'm not going to get the S rank at this. Oh my god. Alright, just kill me now. That was horrible. Horrible, horrible. Hey, Leah, welcome back. Have to do that over again. Oh, I did it again. That's a good question, Crestland. I don't know what game first had the S rank. I'm gonna guess it's something from the 80s, most likely. Ooh. Alright, much better. Alright, sweet. Alright, on to the second half. Alright, so no speed ranking here or anything like that. All you have to do is just get to the end. Whoops. Hey, Benyu, welcome back. I don't think there's anything up here. Nope. Alright, so we can use the fire attack on this boss. That's his weakness. If you don't have that attack with Zero, this boss is fairly challenging. Oops. Yes, Mega Man Month indeed. We're attempting to make it Mega Man Month anyway. Hey, Azusa, thanks for jumping back in as a channel member. I appreciate that, sir. Hey, Internet Junkie, welcome back. Raku Hoha. Alright, so we should have the, I think, the Giga attack now. Which is actually... Oh, my ears. Turned up my speakers a little too loud. Yeah, we can do the Air Force now. Alright, another heart tank. I don't even really care that much about this mech suit, because we can't take it with us the next section. We'll just use it to kind of blaze through these other areas. There we go, second half.
Ready.
This actually isn't a bad part to build your tanks, your sub-tanks. Whoops. Now with X, there's actually something you can get up there. Pretty tough to get. Alright, mini boss time. Nice. Orbital, sorry, says, an 80s kid playing Mega Man 2 would love the look of this one. I mean, that was me. I was an 80s kid that played Mega Man 2. And I loved the look of this one when it first came out. It blew me away. Some aspects of it probably haven't aged the best, but it was a looker in the late 90s. Alright, so we can use the Giga attack. You really want to do it when he's up close. A lot of times he'll try to dive bomb you, and if he does that, then you want to use the Giga attack. Because it'll actually do multiple hits at once. Boom. See, like that? That was a lot of health. Got him. Yeah, Uber. I mean, I've always enjoyed the visual style in this game. I think it looks solid. There are some aspects, like the more pre-rendered aspects of some of the art assets, maybe don't hold up the best. But if you play it on a CRT in particular, I think it still looks pretty solid. It's a very distinct look. Yeah, we have everything, so we're pretty much going to the final places now.
Ready.
So defeating that last boss actually turned our Z-Saber purple. Pretty sure we're doing a little more damage with it now. Very sloppy. There we go. Little hidden little cubby. Yeah, Donkey Kong Country on a big screen is rough. Yeah, I agree. Upscaled, razor sharp pixels. You definitely see the flaws in that visual style, but it looks pretty solid on CRT. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and use my E-Tank. Why not? It's easy to get this energy back, so might as well use it. Alright, there we go. One thing I also like about like the character portraits is they have that animated background. I want to say in the X games after this, it was just completely like still picture frames. I was always so disappointed. Back in the day when like X5 and X6 were new, I was disappointed with them because the production quality on both games took a nosedive compared to X4. You know, no animated cutscenes, you know, when characters are talking to each other, they're less animated and things like that, if animated at all. Hey, Mike, welcome back. Hope you're doing well, sir. So I'm just going to come here and get my energy back. This is just a great part to get your energy back, because you can just come down here. Oops, I went the wrong way. But basically, fall into the spike pit, and you spawn right here.
Ready.
And then you just come on back up. And extra life. It's like nothing ever happened. Where are we at with the energy? All right, we'll do that once more.
Ready.
That should be it. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and escape. Uber, both Mega Man X4 and Mega Man 8 have Mega Man sounding like a little kid. Yeah, sounds like a baby in this game. Now, what's interesting is in the Japanese version of X4, X actually has a deeper voice. A more appropriate voice, if you ask me. Alright, this boss isn't too bad. We have to go for her purple crystal.
Stay with me, brother.
So basically what we ended up doing is killing her brother in the previous fight. And so now she doesn't like you anymore. And then we end up killing her. And Zero cries over it. It's sad. Yeah, this game did go a little bit farther with its story than the previous games did, for better or for worse. When I was a kid, I thought it was cool. These days, I don't really care that much. Generally, these are games I don't play for story. But when I was younger in the 90s, I did like that aspect of it. Alright, skipping through it. Alright, we should get all of our health back. Alright, good to go. We're actually getting pretty close to the end of the game already with Zero. Whoa there, that's not cool. We'll take the top route. You can go into that hole and you'll take a different route, but we'll take the top route. Just tanking all the hits. All the hits. I don't think I dodged anything near successfully. Alright, and this guy is a key character in the story as well.
My fate is sealed. I have no choice.
I have no choice but to grace you with this quality voice acting. Ah. That's not a good start. Good lord, man, what the hell? Alright, let's go ahead and use an E-Tank. Dude, are you just gonna keep doing this pattern over and over? Ugh. It's the RNG I'm talking about. It can get a little frustrating sometimes. Come on, do something else. Nope, he's not gonna... Oh my god, that's like the 4th time in a row, dude. What are you doing? Oh my god! Why do you keep doing the same stupid attack over and over again? Now you're gonna do something else. Finally, jeez. Oh man, same attack again, but just from a different side. I love it. Yeah, he's gone stupid. Alright, so we're gonna have to grind out some health again. Let's go ahead and just do that. Won't take us long.
Ready.
Yeah, and you absolutely want to have all your sub-tanks for Sigma. With Zero, in particular, like, Sigma... his Sigma second form, in particular, is rough with Zero. Requires a lot of, you know, precise gameplay, and... especially when I'm rusty at this game, like I am right now, it's tough to work with. Yeah, so I want to say we've actually got the last Sigma level unlocked already. But we have to do the boss refights. Alright, come on, Zero, you're better than this. Okay, why can't I get this now? There we go. Alright, that should be good enough. Saving doesn't really matter. I don't remember if you have to refill your tanks when you quit and then reload your game. Alright, boss refights, here we come. this Magma Dragoon. You have to take damage on first phase Sigma. No, you don't. You attack him twice, and then you jump over his third attack. And then you just rinse and repeat. Unless you're talking about a different Sigma Uber and like a different X game. Maybe I didn't look at chat right. Just look at that damage he does. It's crazy. Yeah, you just jump over him, Uber. Yeah, you climb on the wall and then you jump over him when he does that scythe attack. Have you been overthinking it all this time, Uber? You'll see in a few minutes. Dude, it's the first phase is super easy. The first phase is so easy, it's just tedious because you have to go through the first phase just to practice the second phase. Yeah, don't tank on the first phase. I mean, Uber, I don't blame you for tanking certain hits, but don't tank on the first phase. That's just not... That's not smart, dude. That's just... Stop it. Stop it, Uber. Bad Uber. I'm gonna start virtually smacking you, okay? I'm gonna have to discipline you, Uber. There are times to tank. That is not one time to tank, because it's so easy. There's no reason to tank. You need that health for phase 2 and 3. Your health is critical in the Sigma fight. Yes, you beat first phase every time, but you go into phase 2 with probably very little health as a result. Not smart. Yeah, the health is crucial, absolutely. Alright. We'll try to use the Giga attack. Let's see what he does here. And the RNG on these bosses can be kind of crazy. Sometimes the boss just works for you. Other times it works completely against you. Like, this is good RNG. Very good RNG. So for anybody just joining us, we're getting close to the end of our Zero playthrough, but we're going to be doing another full playthrough with X, so stick around for that. Alright, sweet. No Crestline, I did Zero first. Yeah, I wanted to do Zero first because he's, for me, in my opinion, he's a harder playthrough. And he's the playthrough I actually practiced before doing this stream. X, I should be able to. I think I should be able to breeze through that campaign. We'll see. Maybe that'll backfire on me and it'll be horrible. I don't think it will be. Usually when I play X4, I play X. I feel like I'll be fine with X. Alright. A couple more bosses. Alright, that was a good fight. I didn't take too many hits. Alright, now I can use his weakness. Unlike the first time we fought him. But if he climbs on the wall, you can't really use the weakness yet. There we go. Hey, it's Uber's favorite fight! You can dash under that attack, but it's recognizing that he's actually doing that attack. That's the hard part. Yep. Sorry, I should have saw that. You have to be careful when he does that attack because it'll actually knock you off the wall. Yep, there he goes. Gotta watch out for that. That'll do some serious damage if he grabs you. Alright, now we've unlocked Sigma. This is it. And there's actually a cool fight cutscene here. But like I said, we're skipping the cutscenes. This is gameplay and talk, not movie and talk. Alright, so Uber, here we go.
Are you ready for your final journey?
That's 1. And 2. And then we just jump over this one. Whee! No reason to take damage. So do not take damage here. Alright, so this part is actually really tough. He throws out these boomerangs, and they target wherever you are in the screen. Such a pain. Hey, Society. No, you missed half of it, Society. We're doing another playthrough with X afterwards.
Are you ready?
Alright, so Sigma has 2 health bars here. He's got one for his mech form over there, and he's got another for a weird, goofy, creepy face Sigma. I don't know how to describe it. Alright. It's 1/2 down. We still have 2 energy tanks to work with. I prefer the one with the spikes on the end, because I'm much less likely to actually take any damage here. Yeah, that blue head is really easy to deal with. Gonna go ahead and use an E-tank just in case. Got him. Thanks for the GG, Uber. And again, for anybody just joining us, we are going to play through this game again with X. Thanks for the GGs, everybody. Alright, whatever. We'll skip through this. It's Zero crying for about a half an hour. Actually, it's not a half an hour, but you know what I mean. I'm going to let this play out. I'm going to use the restroom real quick. I will be right back. Hey, Zero. All right. Zero seemed broken and overpowered. I mean, I guess if you do things in a specific way, Zero, it may. But man, when I did my practice run a couple weeks back, I did everything wrong and it was hard as hell. Trying to beat some of these bosses without any upgrades was ridiculous. So, you know, it's all relative. Presented by Capcom. All right. You know, it would have been really cool if they were able to get the Saturn version on here emulated. That would have been sweet. That way you could see the, you know, the heat wave effects and stuff like that, and have slightly different voice acting for the Japanese versions. Now, one thing I didn't know about the X Legacy Collection until I fired it up recently for these X playthroughs is you can actually play the Japanese versions of these games, which is pretty sweet. So if you actually go back to the main menu and you go to exit. Now, some of this is going to be cropped off screen. Ooh, new wallpaper. Interesting. So you actually hit the square button. You can change it to Rockman X. Pretty cool, huh? I didn't know that until just recently. Alright, let's see what this wallpaper is. Special 1. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, apparently I just got unlocked one of the wallpapers, which is interesting. I actually had it turned off this time, unlike my X6 playthrough. Yeah, for anyone that's never played this collection, you do have filter types. I recommend turning the filters off. Screen size as well. I actually put it on Type 2, which doesn't take up the whole screen, because I was playing on my 55-inch TV, and like Type 1 was just way too big, way too in my face. I had to shrink it down a little bit. But, oops. Okay, still on Type 2. Alright, cool. Alright, like I said, we're going to do X this time. And if you're into story, definitely watch the cutscenes. Yeah, if you play this on your own time. Alright, now I have to actually mash the button. I love the squishiness of the sound effects. It's always sounded very appealing to me. Yeah, one thing that's great about playing on this collection is the really fast load times. Alright, boss time. Such a fun first boss. Yeah, there's basically no Iris in the X playthrough. You convene more with the Colonel. Oh, then there's also that double guy. I totally forgot about him. And he's going to be a fight we're going to have to do later that I completely forgot about. Alright, I don't need 2 sets of 0 data, so I will save over this one with X data. You get that same cutscene there. Spoiler, Double turns into a bad guy. So we fought Iris as a boss with 0, so with X we'll fight Double in that boss's place. Okay. So we will come here first, because there's actually a capsule here. Now, that is going to be the interesting thing with the X playthroughs. I haven't done an X playthrough in several, like full playthrough in several years now, so I don't remember where all the capsules are. We're going to figure that out as we go. Oops. Hey, hey, hey! Alright, now I can air dash. I can also hover if I wanted to, which is moderately useful. I don't really use it. Unless it's by accident.
Ready.
Ah, what am I doing? Where's my Z Saber from X6? I'm so used to that. Hey, Scott, what's going on? Welcome back. This is one of the reasons why I think X can be a lot easier than Zero, because you don't have to get very close to some of these bosses with X. You can stay back from a distance. Like, with Zero, to get a second hit on that guy is pretty tough. Like, when he comes down, you get one hit, and you have to dodge his spider web, and then you try to get another hit. That's pretty tricky with Zero. A little bit more consistent with X. Lightning Web. Lightning Web's kind of cool because we can use that as a platform in other levels. Speaking of which, okay, it's actually the weakness for this guy. So we'll go ahead and do that. Society did play this back in the day. Can society make up his mind? Did he or did he not play this back in the day? I feel like this is one of the longer levels in the game. There's a lot to it. Alright, boss time. And I believe we can actually cycle through our weapons with the shoulder keys. right, another one bites the dust. Yeah, Vector Man. This came out when I was in high school too. I want to say I was in, I think I was in 9th grade when this came out. And I actually had gotten it for Christmas on the Sega Saturn. I got the Saturn version. I didn't get a PlayStation until it was either the summer after 10th grade. Yeah, I want to say I got a PlayStation the same year I got a Dreamcast. I think it's between 10th and 11th grade. I saved up for a PlayStation. All right, let's see. So I did Split Mushroom. And Split Mushroom, I believe, is actually the weakness for Peacock. So we'll go ahead and try to do the Cyber Peacock level. It's a very different playthrough with X. Again, it's the same levels, but having actual, like, unique boss abilities. It's not just, like, slashes and whatnot. It's very different from Zero. Oh, come on, dude. Really? Alright, hurry up. Hurry up. I don't think I got an S. Let's see. Yep, I did. Alright, cool. Actually, I think one of the capsules is here. Alright, should have gotten that one. Yep, energy tank. And if I can get this next one, it should be a capsule, I believe. Alright, I think we got it. That was pretty good. But having that special ability helped a lot. This is our helmet. X is starting to look more badass, slowly but surely. Oops. Taking a lot of damage. Hey, Haywood, welcome back. Yeah, so now my weapons don't use up any energy. Hey, Zamir, welcome back. What is DGR? Mario Maker's great. I need to do a Mario Maker 2 stream sometime. All right. What do I want to do next? Gosham says, I don't think December will be Mario month. I don't know. I thought about it. I had thought about doing Mario month. Maybe it would force me to play through Mario 64 finally. Alright, let's do the snow base. Home Alone games. I don't know about that. You know, I did actually play a lot of Home Alone on Super Nintendo growing up. Actually, what's probably going to happen during September, not September, December, is I'll probably end up doing a lot of those European developed action games that I had played through on Sega CD a couple weeks back. Like Wolf Child and Chuck Rock 1 and 2, Wonder Dog, and Hook. And actually, Hook was apparently a Japanese-developed game, but it was ported to Genesis and Sega CD by Core Design. I don't have the 3D All-Stars collection, no Uber. Home Alone All-Stars collection, man, that sounds like a real winner. pretty cool transition right there. I like that. Dan Good Repairs. Run by a guy named Dave. He's almost exclusively Mario Maker content. Okay. The channel was originally made to advertise for a friend's business. His Mario content is hilarious. Interesting. Sweet. My original PS1? Like the one I bought in the 90s? No, I don't have... Aside from my Nokia N-Gage QD, I don't own anything I owned in the 90s. So I have multiple PS1 consoles now, but they're not the units I bought in the 90s.
I've been waiting to fight with you.
Yeah, there was a point in my life where I had 0 video game consoles because of just financial issues. Trying to make ends meet. I started reobtaining everything in 2009 or so. It's been a long time now. I mean, I'm actually at the point in my collecting where the systems I have now, I actually had longer than I had them the first time before 2009. Go ahead and use an E-Tank. Hoo-yah! Get your old SNES Mini working. Nice, Uber. Hell yeah. You're able to recap it because it was just sitting in the basement. Oh, you were about to recap it. Gotcha. Only needed a fuse replacement. Oh, interesting. It works fine with the fuse replacement. Interesting. That's good to hear, Uber. Alright. What do I want to do next? Uber, did I tell you I pre-ordered another Super NT? Not realizing that it won't ship for another year. Kind of regret buying it, but I know I'm gonna not regret it when I finally get it a year from now. Crap was expensive. It's like $250 after shipping. Yeah, no, that's exactly over. They're not going to have them anymore after this run. Which honestly is kind of stupid. I don't agree with it. Because there's obviously still a demand for them, so I don't understand the reason to stop making them. Yeah, well, the FPGA Super NT in particular just makes streaming so much easier. No signal drops or anything like that. I can switch back and forth between games without having to power cycle the console, you know, when I've got the jailbreak on it. And that's exactly why I bought another Mega SG. Even though I already had the Mr. FPGA, and I still have original hardware as well. But the Mega SG just makes streaming so much easier. So, otherwise, I didn't really need it. But it's just it's so convenient. Which is very important when you're doing stuff like this. You want the things that are going to streamline your process the easiest. And the Mister is great, but you get signal drops every time you switch cores, every time you load different ROMs, and that screws with my capture card. Yeah, exactly, Uber. Not having to fiddle with upscalers or anything. Yep. Demir just bought Mega Man 11 recently. Yeah, I plan on firing that up soon to try to relearn it. I beat the game once when it first came out, and I haven't played it again. Or I haven't played it much again, I should say. Yeah, the Polymega actually looks pretty cool, Uber. Definitely on the pricey end, though, for me, personally. God, this fight is so much easier with X. I can just keep my distance. With Zero, I had to be right in his face the entire time. Look at that. It's unbelievably easier.
You got Twin Slasher.
Decisions. Twin Slasher sounds like a terrible metal band. I don't know, man. Could be a really good metal band, actually. We're gonna handle this just like we handled it with Zero. I try not to use the dash attack here because it's very easy to do it at the wrong time and then fall down a pit or get crushed. Just tank all the hits. Oh, why did I do that? I was too focused on the boss. Oh, nice. Got it. Woo! Yeah, no problem, Uber. Oh, man. Hey, Uber, the other day you had mentioned the fast saving in the Saturn version. Well, the Legacy Collection makes it more similar to that. Notice how it's actually going pretty fast. Yeah, dude, this is a great way to play these games. The second 3 X games. X4, 5, and 6. Great way to play these games. Because you got faster load times. You actually have more controller options when you got adapters. Like again, we're using the PS3 controller here. The input lag's really good on the PlayStation X games. Yeah. The the PS4 PS5 is backwards compatible with PS4 games, so yeah. It will play on a PS5. And the May Flash adapter also works on the PS5 with PS4 games. Alright, this might take a few tries, so bear with me here. Hey, Ian. So the Legacy Collections are weird. On the X Legacy Collection, the 3 Super Nintendo games have noticeable input lag. They're still playable, but the PlayStation games, on the other hand, feel extremely responsive. So I generally tell people to buy this collection for the PlayStation games. There we go. Woo. I am using a PS3 controller right now, Uber. But I'm using the May Flash adapter. The PS3 controller doesn't work by itself. Okay, so I don't like this one. I prefer this arm cannon upgrade over here. Now, I haven't tried the PS3 controller with PS5 games. I'm going to give it a shot, see if it works. It would be cool to play Demon Souls with it. But I like this one more. It's a huge shot. Woo! And it cuts through multiple enemies, too. Yeah, Tony, I didn't want to play these on the Mister. I didn't want anything weird happening with my memory card saving. I also wanted it to be a little more streamlined. Fast loading, all that stuff. Yeah, I'm thinking about what is the easiest on me as a streamer. And the X Legacy Collection 2 was the easiest way to go. Now, I wanted to mention the not X Collection, but the original Mega Man Legacy Collection, which is the first 6 Mega Man games. At least on Xbox, that had a lot of input lag when I first played it. I did get another copy on PS4 just recently. And at least on my PlayStation 5, it feels very responsive now. So I don't know if it's because I'm playing it on the PS5. If that helps with like input response times. Or if there was a patch released eventually that I missed out on that addressed the input lag issue. But on my PS5 at least, it feels quite responsive now. I was actually really surprised. Like, we might even do a stream of that just to try, like, the challenge or mission modes or whatever. Oh yeah, Society, dude. Third-party PC controllers are way, way, way better these days than they were, 15 years ago with those old Logitech controllers. Well, there's still emulation, Ian, on the Switch. But I know what you mean. Yeah, so Scott, in my experience, aside from playing the first Legacy Collection on, the classic Mega Mans on my PS5, I did experience bad input lag on the Xbox One versions back in the day when it first came out, but that was on an original Xbox One VCR model, as they call it. And that was also pre any patches. And as far as the X Legacy Collection, the Super Nintendo games were pretty laggy, and I did try them out when I got this collection again. And they were still laggy. They were playable, but it wasn't ideal, obviously. But the PlayStation games are great. They've always been good on both Xbox and PlayStation 4. I've had the collection on both systems, actually. And I ended up switching over to PlayStation because the controller's better for in my opinion, the PlayStation controller's better suited for these older X titles. Oops. Still not perfect, though. Which is why I remembered I had a Mayflash adapter, and I decided to try my PS3 controller. And that feels the most natural of all the controller options. Alright, there we go. Alright, this is our armor upgrade. So we're going to do the same thing as we did with Zero and try to take this into the boss fight. Oh, you know what was kind of annoying to me, Uber? I went to Micro Center today, hoping to get one of those 8-bit DOE Xbox controllers. One of their wired controllers. Well, the wired controllers were gone. Oh! I thought that was going to go over my head. Well, they had Xbox-branded Bluetooth controllers, and I was like, well, that could be fine. I mean, the Xbox controllers themselves are Bluetooth anyway. Bluetooth has come a long way. Well, it turns out they're Android controllers only. They don't work on an Xbox One. They're meant for Android, and you're supposed to use them with Microsoft Game Pass. It's like, why are they Xbox branded if I can't use them on an Xbox console? That is so dumb. So I did not buy one, unfortunately. I want to get a SN30 Pro 2 or whatever they're called for Xbox to use specifically with retro games on Xbox. For PlayStation 4, I can use my PS3 controller, which is good enough for retro games. But on Xbox, I need something a little bit better. Yeah, why put the Xbox logo in the middle if you can't actually use it on the Xbox? Yeah, it's just, frustrating. I was gonna buy one today, but nope. I'll have to order one of the other ones from 8BitDo's probably Amazon page. I'm guessing is how you have to buy them. Now, I love the Xbox One and Series controllers, and I love the the PS4 and PS5 controllers, but they're not as good for like retro games, unfortunately. And as you guys know, I'm mostly a retro-focused channel, so having a controller that is not too bulky and is really snappy and responsive is really important when I'm playing games like these. So I'm basically investing in good third-party controllers to use when I'm, streaming games like these.
Ready.
I have to take the scenic route. That's fine. Oh, let's see. I'm missing one heart tank, right? I'm missing one heart. Oh, that's right. We gotta go back to the spider stage, so I got fire now.
Ready.
Yeah, so Uber with X, what I'd recommend doing on the Saturn version is changing your controls. So you can custom configure your controls in this game. And what I recommend people do is like remap the dash key to like the R button or something like that. That's what a lot of speedrunners do already. And it's much less awkward when you do that. But if you're trying to play the Saturn version and use the default control setup, it can be definitely a little awkward and difficult.
Ready.
Oh. Alright, let's try this. Alright, we should be able to just warp out. It's a pretty fast playthrough. It's definitely the fastest playthrough for me outside of Mega Man X1. But we've got everything.
Ready.
Sorry to feel like Mega Man X6 here now. And every time I take a hit, it's resetting my charge. Mega Man 5 style. Planning now, Switch Mega Man Collection 1, not X, has moderate input lag. It's a little better if you turn off the weird speed hack they have on by default. Huh, interesting.
Show me what you've got.
Ah, what am I doing? Yeah, his projectiles are a little bit faster now. Gotta memorize them. I mean, I think the OLED has a slightly larger screen, Society, but it's also a much nicer screen. The blacks are much deeper. It's a higher quality screen, basically. If you're just planning on playing on your TV, I don't... The model that you get doesn't really matter. Alright, so we're going to end up having to fight double, and I haven't actually done that in several years now, so we'll kind of see how that fight goes. One mic, one life. And welcome to the stream. Alright, here he is.
I'm so anxious to rip you apart.
Okay. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, if you're just going to play it on the TV Society, then I would just buy an original Switch. I mean, even consider buying a used one at this point. I mean, there's so many of them out there. Get it a little bit cheaper. Depending on the condition, obviously. Yeah, I mean, Switches are, well, I don't want to say a dime a dozen, but they're all over the place now. Every big box retailer I go to has them. Alright, we're gonna have to use this, actually. Whoops. You want the OLED model if you're going to use portable mode a lot. If you're not going to use portable mode, which Society said he's not going to, there's no point in paying for the OLED. The OLED is more expensive. It's like at least $50 more, I think. It depends on your use case. Like me, I don't use the Switch in portable mode at all, so the OLED is pointless for me. But if you're using portable mode a lot, then I would go OLED because the screen's a lot nicer.
My fate is sealed. I have.
But that nicer screen is redundant if you're just going to play on your TV. This fight's a little bit easier with X. Although it does cramp your hands a little bit more. Cramp your hands less if you're using the shoulder keys, but I haven't remapped my controls or anything, so... I'm using the face buttons for this. Alright, I did use an energy tank, so what I should do is I should go back and refill that energy.
Ready.
The Switch is just 1080p. Yeah, the Switch does not do 4K. People are theorizing the follow-up to the Switch will likely do 4K, but we don't know yet. And we know there will be a follow-up to the Switch eventually. There has to be. I got killed by a forming platform. Haven't seen that happen before. That can actually happen in X6. Funny enough, on an ice level. Alright, I think that's it. Hey, Jeffrey, welcome back. Yeah, like Ian said, it's at most 1080p. A lot of games actually run at lower resolutions, like 960 or 720. Some, like some of the id Software games, will even go much lower than that, just to keep the frame rate up. Alright, last stretch again, ladies and gentlemen. Ian wants a Switch U. I don't think Nintendo will be making that naming mistake ever again. The Wii U didn't bomb, but compared to Nintendo's usual platforms, it was a disaster. No, they really did, Brandon. The Wii U had a great first-party output. Really fantastic first-party output. I mean, as has been shown with the Wii ports to Switch, they've been very successful over there. Because they're really good games. A lot of people missed out on Wii U. Hey, Zanctum. Last part already? Yep. Yeah, it takes about an hour and a half to go through this game if you know what you're doing. Actually, you know what? Let's try this. Wow, doesn't really do anything. So fire is actually the weakness for this guy with 0. Ooh, nice. That works really well. Man, you only get 1 Nova Strike. The Wii U also had kind of a rough patch in the beginning for anyone that was there at launch, like I was. The first year where it was very slow. But after that, it picked up quite a bit, which is nice. Also, the interface was not very good in the beginning. It's extremely slow and sluggish, like the operating system. Nintendo eventually patched it and made it a lot more tolerable. So and even when the console first launched, it was incompatible with certain routers. I couldn't get it to connect to my router until I did a system update. You can't do a system update without being connected to the internet. I had to take the Wii U to my parents' house. It worked on their router. Updated the console, then brought it home to my apartment. It was kind of a disaster on day one when I got it. There was definitely some bad things about the Wii U in the beginning. I should say rough patches. But, man, once I got it up and running and I was starting to play games, I loved it, and it was really fun. Oops. Oh, Ian got the Wii U right before the Switch launch. Yeah, so all that stuff had been ironed out by the time you got it, Ian. Yeah, you might be right, Office. Switch may never get a Splatoon 1 port. Hell, at this rate, it doesn't even seem like it will get a Xenoblade Chronicles export. But, I mean, never say never. Nintendo might be just holding off on them for a while. You know, when they know they've got a drought of software, they can rely on those conversions to prop them up. Now, we'll see. Oh man, Mario Maker was amazing. I mean, for quite some time, I thought that was the best Wii U game. I still would, but the online functionality is no more, so... It's, the game is a little redundant because of that. Which is a major bummer. Hey, Darren. Oops. Yeah, so your Nova Strike charges up slowly. Yeah, I need to go back and do Tropical Freeze. I still have never finished that game, but now that I've finally completed Donkey Kong Country Returns, I did a live stream of it about a year ago, I think. I want to try to tackle Tropical Freeze and then do a live playthrough here. I'm doing this the hard way. All right. Last stretch. Again. The black armor is, you have to use a cheat code to access the black armor. It's not really the best. I mean, it's technically the best armor in the game, but it's also not accessible normally, so it's not really even in a normal playthrough. Alright.
Prepare to become space dust.
I want to be space dust. I just pulled an Uber. We're just gonna keep pulling an Uber. He's not doing that much damage. Hey.
Prepare to become space dust.
You've already said that once. I want to try something here. Hey, what the hell? No, okay. Come on, man. Bad pattern. Wow, it won't let me use it? Unless I'm pressing the wrong button. No. I was trying to use the Nova Strike, but it wasn't going to let me use it. I guess I have to just be on the X-Buster. Alright, let's go ahead and use an E-Tank. It's kind of risky, given how little damage I've actually done with this guy so far. Man, that does like no damage to him. This is very, very little damage. Woo, that was close. Does nothing. Come on, man. Weak sauce. You're not even targeting the weak spot. All right. Hey, Savvy. That's not good. Whoops. All right, one down. All right, we got it. Basically the same thing as before. Hello, Scarlet. Welcome to the end of the stream. And whatever. We skipped through all the other stories, so we'll just skip through the ending too. And there you go, guys. That was Mega Man X4. Twice. Starland actually got back to me. Looks like my Neo Geo CD may have been fixed. Yeah, they say my Neo Geo CD is working fine now. They replaced the laser. Well, it's good news, but it's I think it's probably an expensive fix. I'm gonna have to bring in some stuff to them to trade in order to pay for it. But yeah. Thank you for playing. You're welcome, Capcom. Presented by Capcom. Mega Man X4, ending on a depressing note. But I guess some of the other previous Mega Man X games did the same thing. But alrighty, guys, that is it. That was Mega Man X4. Like I said, if I go back to the main menu and I hit square, I can do the Japanese version. The Japanese version is supposed to have a different intro theme, though. Or is that just the Saturn version that has a different... Japanese Saturn one that has a different intro theme? I don't remember. Yeah, that's gonna do it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough. Archives should be up probably tomorrow. I'll have it time-coded with each of the playthroughs, so you can just skip to X or 0 if you want to. And I'm going to be back to trying to practice some other Mega Man games, so I can give you guys some more streams and playthroughs. So stay tuned for those. But that's going to do it for me. Zanknum says the Japanese PlayStation version has a different intro also. Okay. So that was also in the Japanese PlayStation version. It's weird that they didn't carry that over into this collection. Wonder if it was like a licensing issue or something like that. Because I don't remember if the introduction theme for the Japanese version was actually done by Capcom or if it was outsourced or licensed from someone else. Yeah, it's still pretty cool, though, that you can at least see some of the differences. But yeah, that is gonna do it for me, guys. Thanks again for watching. Thanks to everyone that did super chats and stuff like that today, or joined up as channel members. I'll try to get your names in the next patron slides for my quick plays and streams. But, yeah, I'm out. Thanks once again for watching. And, I guess until the next one, take it easy.